Maybe you know this pain. You really like someone. You hope, you feel, you wait. And exactly this person does not choose you. Or not really, not clearly, not consistently. And at the same time, the people who truly want you, who are present and reliable, often don't create the same intensity in you. This is not a coincidence, and it does not mean you are incapable of love. It means your inner system has learned something very specific, and that is exactly what we are talking about today. Intensity is not love. This may be one of the most important sentences you will hear today. When someone is not quite reachable, not consistent, not fully clear, tension arises. And this tension activates your emotional state. It begins to search, to hope, to wait. And through exactly this searching, the connection feels more intense, not more beautiful, not healthier, but more intense. And many people confuse exactly this with love. Why the nervous system stores tension as safety. Here it gets deeper, and it is worth really listening. Your nervous system has one task, one single, fundamental task: to keep you alive. And to do that, it learns very early which situations are known, which states feel familiar, which patterns feel normal. If you grew up in an environment where closeness was unpredictable, where love was sometimes there and sometimes not, where you could never be quite sure, then your nervous system stored exactly that as its normal state. Not as painful, as familiar. And familiar to the nervous system means safe. This sounds paradoxical, but it is deeply human. Because your system does not seek what is best for you, it seeks what is known. And that is exactly why, when you enter a relationship as an adult that is calm, clear, and reliable, it can feel unfamiliar. Not wrong, but unfamiliar. And unfamiliarity often triggers a quiet alarm response in the nervous system, while tension and uncertainty, paradoxically, can feel like home. This is not weakness. This is biology. This is adaptation, and it can be changed. Both sides of the same pattern. Now I want to address something that is rarely named this clearly. This pattern has two sides. The first side you may already know. You love someone who doesn't fully choose you, who remains out of reach, who is sometimes close and sometimes distant. And you stay, you hope, you give more. That is one side. But there is a second side, equally common, and almost nobody talks about it. Someone is truly there for you, clear, reliable, present. And suddenly, you lose interest. Not because the person is wrong, not because you don't like them, but because the tension is missing, because your system has not yet learned to recognize this calm as connection. And sometimes people unconsciously move between both sides. In one relationship, the one who waits. In another, the one who loses interest. Both are the same pattern, just seen from a different angle. Both have the same root. A nervous system that has linked tension with love and has not yet learned to recognize calm as home. What your system radiates when you react from a place of inner lack, when you emotionally need someone to feel better, the other person feels that, even when you don't say it out loud. Their emotional state registers pressure. Their ego state responds to the feeling of expectation. Their mind state unconsciously recognizes something here no longer feels free. And that is exactly why people sometimes withdraw, even when genuine interest was there before. Not because you are too much, but because your inner state becomes perceptible. Relationships do not work only through words. They work through states, through what your system radiates. What self-regulation really means. Here, I want to be concrete. Because self-regulation is a word many people hear, but few truly understand. It does not mean controlling your feelings. It does not mean pulling yourself together. It does not mean appearing strong when you are not. It means, in the moment when your emotional state is activated, when that feeling arises, I need to right now. I need clarity. I need to know where I stand, exactly in that moment, pausing. Not to push the feelings away, but to hold them with yourself first. This can mean you write, but not immediately to that person. You write in a journal, you go for a walk, you breathe. You ask yourself, what do I really need right now? And can I give that to myself before asking it of someone else? This is not a game. This is not a strategy to manipulate anyone. This is the beginning of real inner freedom. Because the person who learns to hold themselves stops using relationships as a lifeline and begins to experience them as a real encounter. Loving freely. Many people search for love, but they search for it from a place of inner lack, and lack creates pressure, even when it is quiet, even when it is well-intentioned. That is why one of the most important things in relationships is that you learn to hold yourself, that you remember you had a life before this person entered it. You could laugh, be clear, feel alive, completely without them. And exactly there, you are allowed to return to yourself, not to become cold, not to become independent in the wrong sense, but to be able to love freely. Because real connection does not arise where two people have to emotionally regulate each other. It arises where two people can meet without losing themselves. A final thought. The most important question may not be, why am I always drawn to people who don't truly choose me? But rather, why does uncertainty sometimes feel more familiar to my system than calm? Because exactly there, real change begins. Not on the outside, but within you. If this video touched something in you, write it in the comments. And if you want to understand more deeply how your inner system shapes your relationships, subscribe to this channel. Every video here invites you to see yourself more clearly,